The Crit Show contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Crit Show, where we're playing the Clockwinders. I just watched Rev fully. It was like a marionette that nobody's holding the strings on, and then the puppeteer yanks it into action. Like he was just slumped over sideways and like
at the microphone.
A consummate professional. Last time, our heroes reconnected after their separate adventures, filled each other in, had a chat with the mayor of the three towns on the river about what's going to happen moving forward, bringing artisans back to this place, and informing them of the plot against the salamanders in the town by the ether witches. Maxine went and investigated Doris's house on that thought and discovered a communication device where she seemed to be interacting with Sevna, which hadn't been working recently as Sevna was in your guys' care, but had been active again as of that very morning. So it seems like Sevna has made her way back home, that place being the fort, where you are all planning to head next. So let's jump back in with Maxine here in Doris's house with this ether orb in hand. What do you want to do with this information?
I want to find like a towel or a handkerchief to wrap it up in and put it in my bag. And then I want to look at the shelves and see if there are any neat books that I might want to take with me. Because the first time we were here, there seemed like there could be some helpful literature for the task we thought we had, and then we kind of abandoned that once we realized something else was going on. But that doesn't mean the books aren't useful or cool, or don't want them, because I want them.
What do you want?
I want something on foraging, and I want something on mechanics, and I want something pretty.
Okay. You get one on foraging and you get one that's pretty.
Damn it.
Yeah. No book on mechanics, unfortunately. There ain't cars. Anyway.
Mechanics isn't just cars.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's also like lawnmowers and stuff.
Yeah, ain't got those neither.
Oh.
No gas-powered motor vehicles, sorry. So you snag your couple books, you wrap this orb up and tuck it away, and head out of Doris's house back towards your compatriots at the river's edge?
Yes.
Okay.
I will rush up to the both of them. Okay. Good news, bad news. What do you want first? I'm just going to tell you. Sevna is at Fort Utrecht.
What?
Yeah. I went to Doris's house to see if I could find any clues just because, Einon, you said that she was in contact with Sevna and that they were supposed to collect the ether quartz and bring it to her. And I thought maybe if this had all been figured out beforehand, there might be a communication going on and we might be able to get some information. And I found this, and I'll unwrap the orb. And I know it looks really spooky, but I think it's some sort of ether quartz. It's really, really smooth, and I know it's much darker. I don't know why or what was done to it, or if it's a completely different type of quartz altogether, but I think it's a messaging device.
So she's there right now, you say?
Yes, there's a way to send messages, and I could kind of tell whether or not they had been received, and they hadn't, which makes sense because, Sevna was with us, and then we dumped her in the middle of the swamp, and obviously if she didn't have it on her, it would take her a long time to get them, but I think she has this morning, and I could tell that it's in Fort Utrecht, so that must be where she lives, or at least where all her stuff is, which I guess is probably where most people consider where they live.
Well, that's bizarre, isn't it? You said that this one was marked in a manner that means that it's still powered but not operating correctly, right? And the lights.
Yeah, I mean, that's our assumption. I will be able to answer that question with a higher percentage of correctness once I see the state the movement core is in.
Very interesting. I wonder if she's using that particular spot, if it is heavily leaking, as her domicile just by proxy of getting the purest ether.
We'll also have to be very careful if that's her base of operations. Doris and Vaughn might have retreated there.
Yeah, and she's not going to want us to come in and fix it.
No, she definitely will not. She'll probably do everything she can to stop us.
All the more reason that we need to chase her out of it then and get the damn thing fixed.
I don't like these odds. They've changed. It was 3 of us against an ether witch, and then it was 3 of us against an ether witch and her apprentice, and now it might be 3 of us against an ether witch, her apprentice, and her apprentice's apprentice.
That's a lot of apprentices.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Seems fairly evenly matched to me.
I mean, I suppose we don't really have a choice. We have to get it fixed, Kade.
Yeah, I don't disagree. That's a lot of witches.
It is.
How many witches does it take to be a coven?
I'm not sure. I haven't really done a lot of research into the terminology of quantifying groups. I honestly don't think they usually work in big groups like this. From what I do know, ether magicians are somewhat singular.
I don't even know if that matters. It just feels like it.
It's an interesting thought in general, just about the coven. She has these 2 other operatives that are working on her behalf here. What do we think the chances are that she's got more working elsewhere, or even being trained there?
Einon is right. We're gonna have to drive her out, because even if we somehow do slip past their offenses and fix the movement core, we would just leave and she'd break it all over again.
Yeah. Is there any, do we have any kind of a knowledge base on how ether users and Fae get along? Is there they're cool to each other because they both want the same thing, or is there even any history of it?
I think you would have an idea that ether users and Fae can get along the same way that just some humans and Fae can get along. There's just a general rift between humans and Fae, and ether users tending to be opportunistic or morally gray or whatever. They'll sometimes, do something that is good for the Fae in exchange for something that's good for them. And, I think it's not appreciably different. It's just the 3 Spider-Mans pointing at each other almost. There's humans who aren't ether users, humans who are ether users, and then Fae. And they all just they can get along, but they don't inherently get along.
Yeah.
People are people, because even some of the Fae don't get along with the other Fae. So
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But there's not with most people, there's the Fae, because they want the ether to flow, that's bad for us. And we have that same vibe towards the ether users, but the ether users don't necessarily have a negative vibe thing that could be applied to the Fae, other than, we can be untrustworthy. Does that make sense?
I followed.
I got hung up at one point.
The stigma of the ether use disappears at least between these 2 parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact of using ether is not a point of contention between them, but
It's also not a point of unification.
correct.
Oh, okay.
And the idea of a human being opportunistic in that way might be a point of contention instead.
Oh, okay.
It's not the ether itself, but it's just you're trying to step on our ground. What are you doing there, person? Yeah, just it's it's complicated.
Okay.
Yeah,
People are complex.
Like 2 folks walking past each other and they both have dope swords, and there might be a nod of yeah, I do swords, you do swords, and then there's that, well, wait, what are you going to do with yours?
Sure.
Yeah.
At the Ren Fair.
Exactly.
Kurosawa, you've seen those.
Exactly.
Good flick.
Kurosawa's The Ren Fair.
So, can we speak to her through this?
I don't know. I didn't try. I imagine you'd have to be a lot more tapped into your ether use to know what you were doing.
Oh, that's I suppose what I was wondering is if it's already enchanted to be able to do that for anyone, or if you have to employ some sort of magic the way that you both can.
I'm not sure, but I also thought it might be interesting to hold on to this and see if she does try to reply, what that looks like. If we can just hear the messages, or there has to be some sort of difference between them being received and listened to. I don't know if we could get that far, but we could at least see if they're coming in. That's if Doris doesn't get to her first.
Well, that brings up another interesting question. If you were able to backtrack the location of the other one, will she know that this one's getting closer?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Einon, that's so clever. Oh, yes, of course. They're paired together, so if I can sense where the other one is, she definitely knows where this one is. Right now, she probably only has the idea that it's still in this town, but if we bring it with, it'll be the thought of her getting closer. Oh, but if Doris hasn't actually gotten there yet, she might think that we're Doris coming.
So we should get going, because we got a train.
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we could beat her there...
She'll think, oh, Doris is here, and then, wha-pow!
Not Doris.
No, because it's us.
It's us.
Mayor Gullyvane kind of like steps in.
Has still been here this whole time.
Lifting a finger. He's like, excuse me, I'm sorry. I've been listening a bit. I apologize, but it's the fort you're trying to get to, Fort Utrecht.
Yes.
I will say it may actually be quicker if you take a boat down the river. The Killian River intersects with Edge River. Neither of them is immediately adjacent to the fort, but from my understanding, the tracks do have to take a bit of a detour to get to a river crossing. If you'd like, we may be able to get one of our fishermen to escort you.
Well, that is compelling. That does add a bit of a damper to our later endeavors, but certainly if we're trying to beat Doris to the punch here, that might be worth our time spent later to backtrack.
Can I, not that I don't think he's trying to futz with us, can I do the math? Like, does it seem like taking a boat would be faster than us taking the train and keeping it running?
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll for that. Like, you do the calculations. Taking a boat would be faster. It would shave a couple hours off. You know, it's not like a huge amount, but it could make a difference.
Yeah, he's right. Might only be a couple of hours, but a couple hours might make the difference between who's there and who isn't.
Well, she's already got a bit of a head start on us. We might as well make use of any time we can.
Who knows what other ether trick she has up her sleeve that can make her go faster. We've got to take every advantage we can.
I'm already backing out of the room.
Okay.
The person who brings us down, we got to get back.
Kade, can you set the train to automatically follow the tracks and just stop at the next juncture?
I can set it to automatically go, but like it won't stop. Because again, it's just a lever, go, stop. I could tell it to go.
Well, no, obviously that's not ideal. We need it to stop.
Yeah.
And also, we don't know precisely the state of the tracks.
Yeah, or which, like if there's choose left or right, which way it's going. I would love to. That's what I was thinking too, but I don't know that I can do it in a manner that assures that the train arrives.
And also in an expedient manner for you to go and set it right now so that we may also leave right now, thus saving us the hours that you would have spent building the thing to make it do that when we could have just taken the damn train.
Okay, so no, that's not an option.
Yes, I don't think so,
okay.
Unfortunately.
All right, yes, a boat would be great. Let's go.
Oh, what if we paid someone?
I mean, it is just a lever. They also could just steal our train. I don't know why they would do that.
Excuse me, Mayor, is there anyone in this town afraid of us?
I know who I can ask.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to dart out and across town to see if Keen is still at their house.
Yes, they are.
I'm knocking on the door. Keen! Hello? Clockwinder business?
Shoo, you're back. I heard things broke a bit bad out there.
Yes, they did. Your little apprentice stabbed just a whole mess of people and fucked off.
I think Keen is coming around a corner, wearing an apron and stirring a chili or some shit, smiling. And then as you say that, their face drops and they're like, he did what?
It's not your fault. He was very charming and good at what he did. He's an ether user, at least fancies himself to be one. And, yes, well, he betrayed the town. What are you doing for the next couple of days?
Eating chili by the looks of it.
And one other thing, you can guess what?
They're their eyes are darting back and forth as they process this information. Einon, I'm so sorry. He knows a lot about you. I I didn't know. I've told him. He asked a lot of questions. I told him a lot about you.
You're forgiven. That's completely all right. It's not your fault. Listen, if you're really feeling bad about this, which you shouldn't, maybe help me out here.
Yeah, sorry. The next couple days. I don't. Why? What do you need?
Well, we have learned that we can make a quite expedient trip to catch up to Vaughn and Doris and, well, this whole other situation at Fort Utrecht if we go by boat. But we would very much like our train to meet us there. If you could go and operate a lever as far as it will take you up to the fort, that would help us a great deal.
Just a lever?
Yep.
Like setting a bear trap?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I reckon I could.
If you don't mind a bit of shaking, it makes absolutely everyone that rides it just incredibly sick.
Oh, well, I mean, that don't sound pleasant, but I owe you, so I will deal with it.
You don't. Make that clear, but I would appreciate it very much.
You got it.
All right, come along. And I drag them out at speed.
All right, yeah, they pull their apron off over their head and throw it over a chair. They do not set down the chili. Chili's coming with.
I'll grab, I know that they've got a hunter's go bag that I'll shoulder for them, and we take off and meet up with the other two.
Okay.
Shouting riddle answers as we race across the bridge.
He hasn't even gotten the chance to ask them yet. Just shouting the answers, and he's like, pretty good.
A towel, a baby, a man, and an old man.
North Pole. Ice.
Corn.
An umbrella.
It's a fence.
Okay. Yeah, great work. I hear you're going to come down here in the river.
Yes, we'll see you soon.
You're getting on my boat.
Oh, my God. Please. Please.
Did I name this troll? Does this
I
troll
don't
have a
think
name
so.
yet?
I feel like yes, and I already don't remember.
Okay, so Gully Vane points you to one of the local fishermen who has a boat, says that they will give you passage. Their name is Jack Mackerel. Or, I think as you are looking at that boat, you also notice that the bridge troll has a small ramshackle Huck Finn-esque raft and is sort of giving you eyes from below the bridge.
So yeah, I am rushing up with Keen, and as we're all there, and I'm like, so the troll is going to take us, and Keen's going to operate the train.
Wait, wasn't the troll going to eat us?
No. They're just working their bridge job. That's what they do.
You guys sort this out. I'm going to go show Keen how to operate the train.
Marvelous.
I look at, what was the fisherman's name? Jack Mackerel?
Jack Mackerel.
I look at him,
Standing there in a windbreaker and sunglasses.
and I look at the bridge troll boat. I look at Jack Mackerel. I just give him like a very sad eyes, like, I'm sorry. And then I go over to the bridge troll and hold out my hand. Maxine Hollis, nice to meet you.
All right, Jack Mackerel just sort of dissolves into nothingness. Can't believe I wasted that name. Well, goodbye, Jack Mackerel. You're dead now. And the troll...
Mack Jackerel.
Mack Jackerel.
People call me MJ. You'll have to solve a riddle first.
Hit me.
Just a second. What has an eye but cannot see?
An olive.
A needle.
Potato.
He got it. He points to Kade. Welcome aboard.
You only pointed at me when you said welcome aboard. Do we have to each answer a riddle?
All right,
together?
new riddle for the other ones. What's always coming but never arrives?
Tomorrow.
Okay, you're good. Last one. What has many teeth but cannot eat? Quickly, time is of the essence from my understanding. I've been eavesdropping.
I'm making a motion behind Maxine.
I didn't even hear the question because I was so hung up on trying to decide if I was going to make a dirty joke answer. The second one or not.
I like your style. Welcome aboard.
Thanks.
All right, you all board MJ's raft. I gotta admit, this thing is not designed to support 4 humans and me and a robot. So this might get a little bit hairy.
Why was this decided as the best option, Einon?
You're the one that walked over and talked to him first. Let's go.
You told us he was taking us.
I did. And he is?
Jack Mackerel's still standing back on the prow of his boat like, it's not too late.
I give him a high five as we go by on our boat.
All right, yeah, he salutes you as his boat sinks to the bottom of the river with him aboard.
He dissolves again. For reals this time.
Yeah. Oh, no.
His crew's on board playing the hurdy-gurdy, and they throw firebombs onto it.
MJ is like, what are we doing? Where are we going?
That way, at speed.
Okay. It's only got the one speed, really. Well, hold on. He wiggles some ropes, and the sail is just kind of loosely hanging from... It's just like one large, unshaved tree branch that is the mast of this raft.
Perfect.
Fort Utrecht.
Oh, yeah, I have an idea where that is.
He's like, oh, and turns the boat around.
We're going the wrong way. That's the cool thing about my Fey raft, is that it can go upstream or downstream. It doesn't matter. It's not beholden to the current.
See, I told you this was an excellent idea.
Yeah, it can actually fly.
Well,
no,
do
I'm
that.
I'm fucking with you.
Oh,
There's only so much we can do. Yeah, I can get you as close to the fort as the river gets. That's still going to be a bit of a hike, though. I don't actually know exactly where it is. The Ghost Woods are a pretty fucked up place.
The Ghost Woods, you say?
Yeah, that's the name of the forest that's all around the fort.
Did I know that? I'm not sure that I knew that.
Yeah, I think it's on this map that we have. We didn't really, and I lay out the map on a table. We didn't really get too deep into that because we weren't planning on going there so immediately. But yeah, you can see the fort's right here. We're right about here, and I trace along the river. And this whole area is the Ghost Woods.
Oh, marvelous. I think I've been down this way before, but didn't realize that that's what I was getting into.
I mean, if you've been through them, then you've probably seen a ghost. Have you seen a ghost?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I think that's why they're called that.
Oh, excellent. They're just all over then,
Just
eh?
chock-a-block full of ghosts.
Oh, marvelous. Very intrigued.
You know, he hasn't seen a ghost, but he did see a magic moose.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
That's true. Actually, we have collectively seen a ghost, but not in these woods.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can I just say, I want to say thank you guys for answering my riddles whenever you went over my bridge.
It was genuinely a pleasure.
A lot of people just ignore me, and there's not a lot I can really do about it from down there, so...
Can I just ask why the riddles? I just don't understand. It takes so much time when you could just be more straightforward. You could ask them a factual question.
It's like have them do maths or something.
Yeah, it would be a good way to brush up on your memory skills for different types of scientific elements that you would need to recall later.
I don't think most people math would be faster than a riddle. Probably depends on the person.
Yeah, also, I feel like a riddle's fun.
That's true, and it does jog the brain in a different way.
Yeah. To answer your question, I don't really know. It's just something deep inside of me that demands that I present riddles. It's like an instinct.
I think math is fun.
Well, none of us are perfect, darling.
He holds up a hand to high five.
I have to jump and hit it.
He grabs your hand.
Just bites it off.
Slurps you down like spaghetti.
Where'd you see your spooky moose? In the spooky moose woods?
And as we're going along, I kind of point vaguely in the direction. Up through there in the woods.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I never would have... I don't leave the river, so I never would have known.
Yes, it was an elk, actually, but it was quite beautiful.
Did you have to cross a bridge to get to it or anything?
Well, I had to cross your bridge to get to it.
Well, is there a bridge closer to it that is available, or...
Yes, the bridge between man and beast.
No, not like a metaphysical bridge. Like if I was going to move...
Oh, then no, there were no bridges.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I wonder if there's bridges. So there's a town between here and the fort, I think. That's probably the closest we're going to get, is there's a town on the edge of the river. I think that mayor guy said something about it. It's called Edge River. I wonder if there's a bridge there.
I'd say there's an even chance.
I mean, because back at that one, they live on either side of the river, but I think on this one, they just live on one side of the river, so they might not actually need a bridge.
Oh, well, you never know. It depends on what's on the other side of the bridge and if they desire to be there for any reason.
I guess I don't know if they're on the Ghostwood side or the other side.
There's definitely a bridge, because the train would have to cross, make a river crossing, so there is a bridge somewhere down here.
Oh, yeah, but it sounds like it's like you'd have to like backtrack, right? Like the bridge, I think, is further down. That's why you were going to be slow.
Here's an idea. If they don't have a bridge, maybe you could use your riddles and your raft to usher people across when they need to.
Here's a riddle. How long is this trip going to take?
I'm sure we'll fade to black at some point and you'll be there.
No, I say we keep this conversation going until we arrive in real time.
All right, well, it was going to shave a fraction of the trip off, and that fraction of the trip was a couple hours, so this is at least a several-hour journey. I don't know about the doing the raft with the riddles, because I'm a bridge troll. I'm not a raft troll.
Oh, all right. I was just asking.
Yeah, I mean, it's intriguing. It sounds intriguing, but it's like, I don't think anybody's ever done it before, you know?
Well, you could be...
Other than the raft trolls. But I don't think a bridge troll's ever made that
You
jump.
could just let me off here and I'll walk the rest of the way.
Kate's just like looking off the side and just watching the ads float by.
All right, so as you all enjoy this journey
Thank God.
down the river with MJ, I think it's time for us to advance. I feel like we've hit a new milestone.
Okay.
So last time we did this, we called it a significant milestone. It was the conclusion of like a big plot event. Things had changed, but like the stakes of the world hadn't really quite shifted. I think at this point, though, they are. Like, I think the world is fundamentally changing based on your actions. They're having widespread consequence. So we're going to call this one a major milestone, which is the greatest tier of milestone. So a major milestone gets you the benefits of a significant milestone and a minor milestone, as well as some extra things. So I'm going to walk through these from the bottom up. For a minor milestone, you can do one of the following. Switch the rank values of any two skills, or replace an average skill with one that isn't on your sheet. You could change a stunt for another stunt. You could purchase a new stunt, provided you have the refresh to do so. Or you could rename one character aspect that isn't your high concept. For a significant milestone, you also get an additional skill point, which you can either use to buy a new skill at average, or increase an existing skill by 1. And if you have any severe consequences, you can rename them to begin the recovery process if you haven't yet. For a major milestone, in addition to those things, you also get all of these options. If you have an extreme consequence, you can rename it to reflect that you've moved past its most debilitating effects. This would allow you to take another extreme consequence in the future if you desire. You take an additional point of refresh, which allows you to immediately buy a new stunt or keep it in order to give yourself more fate points at the beginning of a session. You can advance a skill beyond the skill cap, or you can rename your high concept if you want to. So we have taken the opportunity off mic to do this bookkeeping, but we can recap it now. So let's go around in a circle. Let's start with you, Rev.
Okay.
So for your minor milestone, which option did you choose?
So for my minor milestone, I am renaming an aspect.
Okay.
I think that Kade getting hit by all of that ether energy, like I'm almost thinking of it like a blocked chakra, that it opened something up and now he's got this magic flowing through him. What'd you say?
I said piss. You said flowing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You said magic.
I was like, I said magic.
You opened it up. You opened up the flow.
Yeah. And so the magic is now
Piss.
Piss, yes.
God.
The magic is now coursing through him like piss.
Coursing
This
through
was
his
inside you
urethra.
all along.
We didn't get punchy at all when we were figuring all this out.
The 90 minutes it took us to
It
sort
took
all
a
this out.
long time off mic to do this.
So I'm getting rid of Wary of Authority because I actually kind of work for an authority now and have become one in my field, so it seems weird. And I have replaced it with Dual Disciplined, that Kade now really has this idea of these two things can coexist, I think, and I'm going to study them both to understand how they could work together.
Okay. So that is the minor milestone pick. Nobody has any consequences, so all of the consequence-related advancements I'm just going to skip because they're irrelevant for us right now.
Mm-hmm.
So for your significant milestone, you get one additional skill point.
Yep, and I put that into lore simply because lore is the skill that is used to express your ether abilities.
Okay. And then for the major milestone.
I got a refresh, and I instantly spent it on a stunt called Ether Conduit. Once per scene, you can spend a fate point to harness the latent ether within the planet, placing the boost ether charged on you. While you are ether charged, your physical touch delivers ether power as if powered by a movement core. This aspect is removed once it is invoked as normal.
That's so cool.
Perfect. And then you didn't break the skill cap, and you didn't rename your high concept. So
Correct.
all right. So that is everything for Kade's advancements. Let's go over to Tass for your minor milestone. Which pick?
I also renamed an aspect. I got rid of I should have been there, next time I will be. I feel like my trust of the abilities of the others has inspired me. So I switched this to team player. I'm less concerned about them, putting themselves in danger and just more inclined to go along with the shenanigans.
Okay. And then for your significant milestone, you get an additional skill point.
I put that in stealth. We did a lot of physical stuff, not necessarily stealthy, but I feel a little improved, a little enhanced.
All right. And then for your major milestone, you get that additional point of refresh. Did you spend it on a stunt?
I did, and actually spent a second one as well because my benevolent GM let me.
Tell us about them, stud.
I will. So I have 2 new stunts and 2 fewer refresh. The first one I took is Conversationalist, so I can use rapport instead of empathy to read someone I engage in conversation.
Okay.
And I also took Bulwark. Once per conflict, I can reduce damage taken from a single hit by 1 shift.
All right.
A lot fewer mentions of piss in all of his stunts.
I'm tired. I'm sorry. You're right. I'll try and get some on Megan's stuff. Some piss.
Good.
God.
Okay, you did not break the skill cap, and you did not rename your high concept, so that is it for Einon's advancements. And Megan, for Maxine, what was your choice for the minor milestone?
All right, stop me if you've heard this one before. I'm going to rename an aspect.
Okay, stop. Okay, go. You can go. You can keep going.
I am replacing slow to trust with perspicacious. I feel like the slow to trust came from Maxine kind of going out on this adventure with this grand idea of what it was going to be and kind of being on her own, getting swindled in Sun's Edge and just not really knowing who was going to be really on her side in this. And that has kind of changed. Like, I definitely have more trust in my friends and my mission. And I'm a little better at seeing the ways people feel about that. Talking to them when we come across new places. So this is kind of indicative of my better ability to just kind of see through what's going on and have a quicker understanding of what the situation actually is.
So what does that word mean? Is that what that means?
Yes.
Piss, cache, piss.
Yes.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. And then for your significant milestone, you get an additional skill point.
All right. Stop me if you heard this one before. I'm taking stealth.
Nice.
Okay. And for your major milestone.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. I'm taking a stunt.
Yeah.
All right. What is your stunt?
I'm taking one called See the Cracks. So this is being able to spot the cracks in people's armor. When you use Investigate to create a weak spot or similar advantage on someone, the first player to invoke that aspect can inflict an additional 2 shift hit.
Okay. Didn't break the skill cap, didn't rename your high concept. So that is it for everybody's advancements. So, we find you back on the river with MJ. Yeah, honestly, if I had to pick, I think that cobblestone bridges are my favorite. I think wooden bridges are pretty overrated.
That's a very interesting choice. I'm more of a brick man myself.
Trying to teach Smee how to hold my head under the water.
Now I'm gonna struggle. You've got to ignore that.
I imagine that as we're going down river and he's talking, as we all quote unquote leveled up, we all just went blank eyed.
Yeah, you all just zoned back in. You just logged back into that conversation.
And Einon picked up immediately.
So you see a little ways down the river around a bend, a town on the river's edge. It is larger than Moon, Geth, or Round, or even the three of them combined. This is actually like a pretty decently sized settlement out here. And from a distance, the vibe still seems to be similar to those. You can see people fishing along the river. Everything looks kind of quaint and pastoral. Wait, is pastoral about farms?
I think it's a color.
I thought so, but now you have me doubting it.
What would a word like that be that's for forest, not farm town?
Forested.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. One definition is used for or related to the keeping of grazing or sheep or cattle, and then in the Christian church concerning or appropriate to the giving of spiritual guidance. So we don't know what they're doing in this town.
Yeah, which one? Are they a Christian town?
So, like a shepherd preacher could be giving a pastoral talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is correct. So MJ starts to use his paddle to divert you over towards the river's edge. That's how this thing's been powered the whole time. Just a single paddle from this poor bridge troll.
Then we're going down river too.
He's been hanging off the back of it, kicking his feeties to power it. But the raft starts to kind of bump sloppily against the bank. And he's like reaching out with the oar, trying to put it on the dirt and slow the raft down to bring you to a halt.
There you are, darling. Yep, just right down on the mud there.
And slowly you stop moving here. The water continues to rush past you, but he holds this in place. And you are able to disembark and enter this town.
What did we say this town was called again?
I don't think we knew. I didn't realize there was this large of a settlement here. I imagined that there would be some people living near the fort, but not to this extent.
What's this place called, Mack?
Edge River?
That's right. I don't recall the name, but now that I'm looking at it, I'll be damned if I don't think I have wandered through here.
And who do you know?
Well, let me roll to see.
Jack Mackerel.
He followed us. He's a native.
Yeah, that's 3, and I have to hit a 2.
All right, so what does that get you?
I have a friend here that owes me one favor, nothing costly or life-threatening.
All right, who is it?
Are these mostly human, or are there any fae here as well?
This is a human settlement.
His name is Gideon. He used to be a bit of a pickpocket when I knew him, but as he got a little older, he calmed down and came with us exploring on a few outings. And I think this is where I originally met him, and he came along with us, and I learned his past of what he used to do and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know that Gideon resides somewhere in Edge River.
There's an even chance that an old friend of mine still resides here, someone that I met here ages ago and came along with Everett and I and a few others, and, he explored with us a bit, and then, as far as I know, came back home.
Yeah, maybe he knows something about the fort.
It's very possible.
Or Sevna. I mean, if she's living here, maybe it is in disguise and she's blending in, or maybe she has more of a heavier presence.
If that's true, if she's made her way around town, Gideon's almost certainly at least seen her. He is a shameless flirt.
Yeah, she doesn't strike me as the kind who, lives in hiding.
I want to check the crystal ball. Does it have a more definite directional pull than it did before?
Yeah, I don't think I need you to roll again, having already tapped into that. Yeah, you can get a sense of, directionally from here where its fellow is. And it is further night side, deeper into the woods.
Okay, well, according to this, she's not actually in the town. It seems to be more towards the woods, that direction. So, yeah, maybe we're okay to ask around.
Yes, very possible. I assume she's residing physically within the fort, yes? Is that our guess, at least?
I don't know. I don't know exactly where it is from here. It makes sense. She'd want to be near the source of power. Yeah, I think it's possible that if she's not in the fort, she's at least pretty close. So let's start with the information that we do have and see if we can track down your friend.
Yes, all right. I I think we need to make haste either way if we're going to ask around town before we make our way. It needs to be done quickly. That is, we're to hopefully make use of this time advantage. And I start stalking away and give MJ a wave.
Okay. Yeah, you all disembark the raft on the town side of the river, which is the sunward side of the river, opposite the side that you know the fort to be on. And MJ's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go. Oh, what?
My goodness, sorry. And I will pass off some coin to him.
Oh, what is this?
Well,
Is this good for eating?
No, not eating, but you can trade that.
It looks delicious.
You do with it what you will, but you can trade that to other humans for stuff like food or just, go to town.
You see him put one of them in a nostril.
I give him a piece of paper with a riddle written on it, but not the answer.
You motherfucker!
Run!
How could you do this to me? He starts swinging the oar around in a fury, which untethers him from the shore, and he starts drifting downriver. And he's like, that's fine, I'm just going to find another bridge. Oh, fuck, I don't see another bridge. Oh, no, there's nothing to stop myself on.
He's going to end up in the ocean.
So, you all make your way further into town. Immediately, people notice your arrival by river, and approach you like friendly. Just various townsfolk start making their way in your direction with smiles on their faces. Hey, folks, what can we do for you? What are you doing in our town?
We're clockwinders. We're making our way through to take a look at the fort a little ways off. We're hoping to do a little maintenance.
This gentleman's smile kind of like wanes a little bit. He's like, oh, the fort. Cool.
Oh, that seems like a bit of a dour look, my lad. What's wrong?
Yeah, just don't care for it. Spooky place, spooky woods,
What's spooky about it? Sure, it's got a lot of history, but that just makes it more interesting.
Oh, it's in a place called the Ghost Woods, so...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, pretty spoops. Well, good luck with that. Have fun out there.
Do you know anything about this rumored witch that resides there?
Doesn't ring a bell, no. But I wish you the best.
Can I, try to read this guy as I'm shooting the shit with him and see if there's anything he's hiding?
I'm not sure it's necessary.
Okay, fair enough.
This guy, he's being dishonest with you.
Yeah, fair.
I guess if you want to know any more how or why off of a read, I could have you make a roll. But you don't need to roll just to determine that this is not accurate.
Sure. Look, we're in a bit of a hurry. So I'll just ask plainly, are you protecting her, or do you just not want to talk about it because you're, sort of afraid?
I feel that you have introduced a false binary, and I don't take kindly to that sort of wording, so I bid you adieu. I bid you good day, sir. He turns and tries to walk away.
So chicken, then, I guess.
He just gives a dismissive wave over his shoulder. Pish posh.
So if we go and capture this witch, you're going to be fine with that?
His pace quickens, he basically is running away from you.
Bark, 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 bark.
And I think that, there's no shortage of other people around who are aware of this. Some seem like they have overheard some of this, and they all seem, uncomfortable and they're looking for an out.
Do any of you lovely people know Gideon?
There are some shared confused glances, but a young kid raises her hand. I know Gideon.
Marvelous. Do you know where he resides?
Yeah, I can lead you there.
I would be happy to pay you for your time, and I'll pass her a coin.
Ooh, all right. She bites it. Yeah, she starts to hustle, leading you, kind of gamifying it for herself, running ahead, seeing if you can catch up, etc. And the other townsfolk are kind of looking at each other apprehensively at her leading you further into town, but nobody makes any moves to stop you. Nobody says anything. And the further away you get from where that interaction just took place, the more that starts to evaporate again. And like people who are seeing you anew are like, hey, wow, nice, great to have people in town. Nice, welcome. It just seems like the default setting is friendly here.
Looking at these people's reaction, does this friendly welcome feel genuine or forced? Like, are people being friendly because they're expected to be friendly, or is this a genuinely welcoming community initially?
I think that merits an empathy roll. If you want to roll to overcome with empathy, I don't think it's a particularly tough one. I think that's just trying to beat a 2.
No, that's a -2.
Ooh.
Do you want to try to boost it? Do you want to invoke something to re-roll?
Yeah, I think I'm going to invoke some stuff here. No, I don't think I'm going to invoke anything.
Okay. All right, yeah, then you're not picking up on any hints of deception or anything. Like, just people seem like they're happy to see out-of-towners.
This is a very friendly place.
Seems that way.
It feels like everybody's watching us, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're new, and we've got these cool badges.
Smee is also always an eye-catcher.
Yes, right.
Yeah, this young girl leads you, like, into the heart of town, into the downtown of this town, and up to a sort of fancy-looking block of flats. Everything is on a sliding scale here. Things can only get so fancy in this riverside forest town, but it looks as nice as anything else you've seen in this place so far. And she knocks on a door and turns and gives Einon like a wink and a finger guns, and then she takes off with her cash. And a moment later, the door opens, and there is Gideon.
Why, hello there, sir.
Einon, you son of a bitch.
I'll go in for a big hug.
Yeah, he responds in kind. What are you doing here?
Well, here, sort of by chance. I forgot that there was a town here at all, let alone what it was called, until I saw the damn thing.
Bit hurtful, but okay.
Well, I mean, I recall you being around. I'm glad to see you here. How have you been?
I've been well. Who are your friends?
Oh, yes, of course. This is Arkady Atwater.
Hello.
And Maxine Hollis.
I'll hold out my hand. Nice to meet you.
He shakes, and he says, "Oh, wonderful to meet both of you. Come on in.
We'll go in. My apologies. We're in a bit of a hurry. I thought I'd stop in to give you a hug, of course, and ask for a little bit of information."
He says, "Yeah, sure, of course. Always happy to help." As he leads you into this, like, really elegant-looking flat. He leads you into a sitting room that's got a nice rug with a coffee table and a tea set on it. There's a fire burning in a hearth and like a fancy wood-legged couch that he gestures for you all to sit on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Gideon, I don't understand because you simply cannot have pickpocketed all of this. This is much too large.
No, I didn't pickpocket the couch, but you see, I pickpocket currency, and what you may not be familiar, but currency is something that can be exchanged for goods.
And what else?
Services.
No.
Yes.
My God, I can't believe it. Who would have thought?
I know, and I'm pretty good at that part, so, yeah, I got a lot of nice goods.
Yes, you do, and I'm hoping that you have some good services for us as well today.
That's gonna cost extra.
No, it won't, because if I recall, I dragged you away from a moment when you would have been pinched, if I recall.
That's gonna not cost anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What do you need? He starts pouring tea for all of you.
Honestly, just an honest read on this place. We're heading to the fort, and of course we're aware of the ghosts in the forest and all that sort of thing, but we're also aware of a dangerous contender that resides there.
Also, we would like to hear more about the ghosts in the forest. I mean, like, we know that allegedly they're there, but we don't know exactly what they look like or what they're doing, or, just some more information on the whole ghost situation would be helpful.
Yeah, and everybody in the town's acting super weird. Like, I mean, I get it. Einon came in and started yelling a guy down and chased him down the street with his words, but it was weird.
Yeah, I think that, like, from the moment the word fort leaves Einon's mouth, like, he's grimacing at the rest of this. You've been spouting off about the fort in town, huh?
Well, just a bit, just sort of at the edge.
And he yelled about catching a witch.
And that's the plan?
Well, the plan is to make the plan as we get more information.
I mean, I think you made your job a little bit harder there.
Lovely.
Yeah, I have to assume word's going to get back to her about that.
So she frequents this area?
I wouldn't say frequents. She's pretty well holed up in the fort there, but she's around enough to keep people scared, and scared people will narc to make sure that they don't earn her ire.
Fair enough, then that has probably moved up our timeline. When she does hang out, does she like any particular bars or...
No, she is not. She's not a socialite. She doesn't come in here to drink and hang out and shoot dice or anything. She occasionally comes in to maybe force somebody to acquire her materials, and that's about it.
Interesting.
What kind of materials?
No, I don't know much about any of that stuff. Spell stuff, reagents, ether stuff, whatever.
Does it seem like he's being genuine?
Why don't you roll empathy to determine whether he's lying?
Is this a deceive roll?
Yes, it is.
Then I can roll deceive with my takes one to know one move.
All right, roll deceive. Let's see who comes out on top.
4.
Okay, that beats my 2. No, yeah, he is lying to you. He is not being honest. He has procured goods for Sevna in the past.
I mean, look at this place. There's no way that you can be this good at what you do and she could not know it. Surely you've had to get something for her.
Nope. No, I'm pretty good at keeping my head down, keeping my nose clean where I gotta.
You heard the man, Maxine. Calm down.
Oh, well, that's good, because, if you were lying to us, that would be probably pretty damaging for, the favor that you owe Einon. And, once we handle things here and take her out, it'll be pretty easy to suss out who was involved in her operations, so we would know anyway.
Wait, I recognize this tone from last time. There's something happening right now.
There you go.
Gideon.
He's just sweating profusely.
I get up in his face. Now you tell me what I need to know. You're covering for her, and we have a very important job to do, and if you're going to stand in the way of that, it's not going to be pretty.
He's trying to put a hand over your mouth, to quiet you down.
Don't you touch her.
He's like, hey, keep your voice down, okay? These walls aren't that thick, all right? It's a nice place, but the neighbors are going to hear, and if you don't want to get turned into a fucking wraith, then you might want to keep a tight, heavy lid on this. And I think that's where we'll leave off this time.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of The Crit Show. If you would like to learn more about the Clockwinders or the Fate RPG overall, you can find that information in the episode description. If you want to see any of the other stuff that we have made or listened to, or I always do other senses, and I feel like, which one do I not use a lot? Taste. I feel like I do use taste a lot. Yeah. If you want to listen to other funny things we've done, if you want to hear them, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/thecritshow. We've got tons of additional content in many different forms, and you can get your name read at the end of an episode, just like CTP. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and tune in next time for another adventure of the Clockwinders. Everybody say goodbye.
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 The Crit Show is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz, with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritshow.